Hey, what's up, guys? This is RinKa Plays, and today we are playing a game called LumineNight. LumineNight. I have no idea how to pronounce that. It's a detective game, mystery detective game. So let's go ahead and see. Summerset Beach. Okay, so he made it on time. Seems like I made it in time. The scene must be downstairs. Let me know if I should be reading these, well, let's say subtitles texts, or is it just okay that the viewer does it himself? Officer Coleman is guarding the scene. I should say hi to him before I go downstairs. Okay, so we can walk ourselves in this game, and yeah, this is Coleman. We're doing that. We can run. Okay, clear. Let's talk to Officer Coleman. Good morning, Officer Coleman. Detective Foster, good morning. The crime scene is over there. The rest of the team is waiting for you downstairs. Detective William wanted barbecued ribs for lunch today. Good to know. Thanks for telling me that. Well, I'm not sure. I walked past that place on the way and it was closed. Oh, Detective William won't be happy to hear that. He really seemed like he was craving for some ribs. Haha, oh well. Let's go get some burgers after we're done here. Sounds good, sir. Hey, now, you over there, don't cross the line. Seems like the body on the beach is becoming a bit of an attraction. I should wrap this up before more people come to see what's going on. I should first go downstairs and say hi to the rest of the team. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, that's the body. Contemplate, stop for a moment, and think. When you're lost or face a difficult problem, you can think of a hint about the next objective or seduction. First things first, I should talk to my colleagues. It's a body of a man found on the beach this morning. I would like to take a look at the body right away, but protocol is protocol. I should first go say hi to the other officers first. Okay, let's do that. So, William, right? So, if you won that game back then. Hey, William, how are the things looking? The man of the hour. What took you so long? We already done with the initial sweep. I'm sorry, I couldn't find my badge in my coat pocket. Your badge? Did you leave it at home? I never leave it out of my pocket. I just couldn't find it anywhere. You lost your badge? Huh, one hell of a cop you are, Kelvin. Isn't that right, Sergeant Colbert? I never seen Foster being late and losing his badge. Life is full of surprises. My apologies. How is the investigation going? Well, it's a tricky case. We have already done with the search. But... what could an old man like me find here? Better you than me. William said it seems like a normal suicide. I reckon Kelvin would have to agree with me once. Me once takes a look at the scene. It's a board missing here. To agree with me once he takes a look at the scene, right? Right. Partner, let's hear what our informant, Q witness, Mr. James has to say. Informant Q witness? I'm not sure where to begin. Why don't you give me a lowdown, starting from the beginning? Okay, to start from the beginning, I was walking down the footpath here when I was getting off work last night. When exactly do you mean by last night? It was something like midnight or half past, I think. Phew, I have been working graveyard shifts all the time and we're short-staffed. I can't even go home for dinner. I get so tired when I go back home late at night and I can't even spend time playing with my kids. Maybe I should just look for a new job before the company really goes bust. But that would mean that I would no longer see this beautiful coastline when I commute. Sitting on the beach here and looking at the ocean does feel a bit relaxed. What's that? What is that guy doing here at this time of the night? It's a raging alcoholic that... He's living the good life, unlike someone who's been working all this time. Anyway, that's how I would have looked like when I sit there. I guess other people thought the same about when I was sitting there. I guess I will stop lounging there like that. So I went back home thinking that the man was asleep there after a night of heavy drinking. Drinking on the seawall. People do that sometimes, I suppose. Right? And he was waving his arms like this. I wasn't sure if he was sleeping or turning, but anyway, if the guy was that drunk, it's not that strange of a thing, is it? I bet anyone would have thought the same, but this morning something happened. I always commute using this footpath, you see. I was on my way to work today and that man was still there lying down like a log at the same spot. I mean, he was dressed neatly and all, and he's out there sleeping on the street. I thought it was odd and went down the beach to see what's up with him. When I got close to him, I noticed that he wasn't breathing and he looked very pale. That's why I went to the phone booth there and reported it to the police. Phew, you know, this is still freaking me out. Yesterday night he was alive, and this morning he ends up dead. Witness testimony. Okay, so basically a summary, right, of what he saw and what happened. Sewall around midnight confirmed his death the next morning. Open notebook and see what you have recorded so far, but detective clues. At the clues tab, you can check the clues you have collected so far or delve deeper into the information hidden inside the clues. Okay. Well, I cannot go deeper here. In the profiles tab, you can check if there are any updates to the people you have met so far. I guess not. So you're sure you saw him alive and waving his arms last night? Yes, I'm sure. Thanks, Mr. James. Hey, William, let me take a closer look at the body. I don't have my badge with me today, so I think I would need your help, detective. Whatever, go on. Look around, Alt, take a breath, stand still and look around. Focus nearby objects and find out which ones are interactive. Okay, so well, I know that this one is interactive. A man was discovered dead, leaning on the seawall at the end of the Summerset beach footpath. The corpse looked as calm as a person who is fast asleep in a restful nap. There are no bloodstains nearby, and it wouldn't have been easy to notice that he was dead before checking on him from near. Right, I should thoroughly inspect anything that could be a clue to cracking the case open. So, click on the object if you want to investigate it. You can control the cursor with your keyboard. Detect interactable objects. Yeah, I already know that. I can control this with a keyboard, so I guess if I would want to be playing it with a controller. Cigarette butt. These cigarettes, I'm not sure what make they are. It almost looks like a bit like hand-rolled cigarette. The shape and size of the filter is slightly different from regular ones. William, where did you find this cigarette butt? Oh, that? We found this on this man's thigh. On this man's thigh? Look, it was just on his thigh like this. I guess you could say it was on his chest. The smoked butt was found on his thigh. For some reason, this doesn't feel right. There was a cigarette butt found on his dead man's chest. Could he have smoked it before he died? Yeah, interesting. Was here belongings? This wallet is made of sheepskin. I'm guessing that it would have been pricey. But the inside betrays its looks. Not a single cent. William, this wallet, right? What pocket did you find it in? It was in his back pocket, I'm sure. In his back pocket, so he sat on it. The corpse is sitting. I guess it wouldn't have been easy to take it out, his back pocket. Yeah, tell me about it. If someone wasn't late, fishing the wallet out of his pocket would have been a cakewalk. They told me to keep the scene as intact as possible until you get here, so that's why. You know how hard it was to lift the body up to take the wallet out of his pocket and set him down again? Huh, I see. Sorry about that. You know, if you're going to be late, better yet just skip it. I cannot come though, right? I'll make sure to be on time. But anyway, about this wallet, it doesn't have any single thing in it. I wonder how long it will take to ID him. Yep, this man, he hasn't got a single thing on himself. He's simply penniless. The dead man hardly had anything on himself, not a single thing regular in him, and he saw out would bring... So this would be 2 bus tickets in his wallets. Are all he had. These tickets from yesterday both say they depart from Salty Mary Station, but they depart on different times and the destinations are different too. A ticket bound for Summerset Beach at 8:10 p.m. Seems like this man used this ticket last evening to take the bus here. The other ticket is strange. It's ticket bound for Pamela Street at 8:30. The destinations are different, and he wouldn't have used it anyway. Why did he buy it then? If he bought the wrong ticket, he would have gotten a refund. It's not like he had a lot of money to spare after all. 2 bus tickets, only the ticket bound for Summer Beach seems to have been used. Well, I think he had the money and someone probably just stolen the money, something like that, right? Let's start with the shoes, I think. From the witness testimony, this man stayed on the beach all night. His shoes aren't dirty at all though. It doesn't seem like he was walking around the beach at all. Looks like he was just sitting here ever since he got to the beach. I don't see any traces of a fight or any trauma either. Since he is clothed well in an expensive suit, he would have been warm enough as well. And since last night wasn't that cold either, it's not likely that hypothermia is the cause of death. Everything leading up to his death was this peaceful. Like William said, it's all looking like a simple suicide. But how did he do that? Left hand? The man's fingers are stained with nicotine. The man must have been a heavy smoker. For his fingers to be this discolored, he must have had smoked at least 2 packs a day. Okay, damn. Since his other hand is clean, he must have had smoked with his left hand only. He must have, yeah. I'm guessing he would have been left-handed. Okay. Are we inspecting the right hand then? His hands are clean and smooth, without any calluses or scars. His nails are filled neatly too. His suit seems to be quite the expensive type too. He would have been a well-educated upper-class businessman, or at least would have worked in some sort of a white-collar job. I wouldn't expect a man of this stature to be found dead in a place like this all alone. What about chest pocket? Wait, this is not a handkerchief. There's something interesting in his chest pocket. Sima? What's this? William, I just found this in the man's chest pocket. Did you notice this? Oh wait, he had something more on him? Did you miss this in the first sweep? I forgot to check his chest pocket. But what's this Sima? What does that mean? I'm not sure either. The letters are printed on a pulp-based paper with equal margins. Seems like he tore it from a book of some sort. Normally, in a pocket like this, people would put a folded handkerchief. If this man left this note here, it would have been something important to the deceased man, I suppose. At least he wouldn't have lost it if he put it in somewhere like this. Interesting. I miss, well, almost double I there, so do not know. And his face? The man's face is calm, and it seems like he died during his sleep. His face makes it look like he died painlessly. His beard is trimmed neatly, seems like he shaved yesterday morning. I should check his pupils too. His pupils are dilated, no reflexes either. Sounds right for a dead man's eye. It's been decades in Summerset since the last time a corpse like this appeared. I should do my best to resolve this mystery, so that this man can find respite. I think I have looked through all that I have to. I suppose I could wrap the investigation here. So, thoughts? I should investigate the crime scene. Oh, I already did that, so I guess we're leaving this? Yeah. Did you check everything? So what do you think, Detective Foster? Well, like you said, it's a tricky case. We could not find any wounds on the body. It doesn't seem like hypothermia or a drowning. The man came to the beach on his own on a bus and died peacefully leaning on the seawall. The first thing that comes to mind is a suicide or a natural death, but what do you think, Kelvin? Either a suicide or a natural death, no? I don't think we can rush to a conclusion yet. What do you mean, rush? You saw everything, didn't you? There wasn't a single drop of blood on the body or near it. So what are you saying is, this man was not murdered? That's right, I mean, I don't. You get a good hunch from all this. A hunch, but a person died, William. We can't base our investigation on a hunch. Hey, it was just an expression. It's all a result of a logical and reasonable process of deduction, alright? That's how you do things, isn't it? Really? Give me a rundown then. Well, why not? My deduction is bulletproof. So, here it goes. The man, for an unknown reason, tried to find where he could end his life. That place happened to be Summerset Beach. Only he would know why he'd choose an awkward spot like this, but I suppose he wanted to feel the ocean breeze and watch the nightscape for the last time. And anyway, after admiring Pimstown's beautiful night skyline, he decided to smoke one last cigarette before he ended everything. A lonely end, but it could be worse. At least he had his last cigarette. I suppose he would have said something like, yeah, this wasn't half bad of a life, before he made his final choice. And the cigarette butt dropped as the man let out his final breath. This is why we found the cigarette butt on his thigh, just like we found him. How's that, huh? Matches up with the scene, doesn't it? So that's your argument. Huh, this wasn't a thought nut to crack after all. Tough. William, it looks like you're proud of that deduction. Sorry, I have to break the mood. There's a major hole in William's deduction. I'm guessing that something completely else happened last night. If the cause of death isn't clear, it's best to send the body for an autopsy. It's difficult to get an autopsy approved on a corpse that committed suicide or died naturally. Nobody wants to disturb the dead without a good reason. But if there is a single, tiny little clue, if I can find a single clue that this man could have been a victim of a murder, then let's get started cleaning up around here. Wait, William, I think you're making some unsubstantiated claims there. Unsubstantiated. Oh damn, what the heck? Didn't expect such word to be used here. But you still don't get it? What do you not understand? Go on, spit it out. I'll refute it until you understand why I was right. Refute you, that's an idea, and I have. Let's see if our deduction have any issues. If either one of us makes an irrefutable argument, we'll know who's right. Oh, balanced discussion, okay. So, it is time for the balanced debate, where you compare the efficacy of your argument with your opponent's, okay. To strengthen your argument or refute your opponent's, place the right clue on the scale to change its tilt. Provide the correct clues to each situation and steer the deduction to the right course. William, I think that the key evidence in the scene that supports your deduction is the cigarette butt found on top of dead man's thigh. Isn't that right? Well, yeah, I would guess so. It wasn't just rolling around anywhere, it was right there on his chest. Isn't it natural to think that the man was smoking it? And didn't you say that the cigarette seems to be hand-rolled? Right, I'm sure this isn't readily available everywhere. Then, it's natural to think that a dead man used this to commit suicide. So, William thinks that a cigarette here is key to the case. Are you implying that the cigarette was poisonous and no external actor was involved in this man's poisoning himself to death? That explains why the corpse and its surroundings are so clean. At least from a cursory look, it doesn't look like very poisonous. Doesn't smell like it either. Of course, a proper lab test is due. I'm not speaking in absolutes. All I'm saying that the scene makes it look like the case. Doesn't that mean that what you said about the cigarette is just a hypothesis? Hey, not all hypotheses are wrong. Of course not. But what if there's a major problem in the hypothesis itself? Huh. What do you mean, a major problem? Were you even listening to me? Right, I'll give you a rundown for the last time. Listen up. Last night, the man decided to come to Summerset Beach. He used this bus ticket that departed from Salty Mary Station. Why? To commit suicide. Then, the man had to smoke a cigarette. Why do I say that? You saw how stained his left hand was from nicotine, didn't you? That means that the man was a heavy smoker. Do you get what I mean? Whether the cigarette contained poison or not, it is not important. What is important is that this man was the type of a man who just had to smoke one last cigarette before ending it all. I admit that there's some imagination in my deduction. I wasn't here looking over the man as he died. How would I figure out how exactly he died? But look at the evidence left on the scene. A single wallet the dead man had and a note with some unidentifiable scroll. A bus ticket the dead man used and a cigarette he smoked. There's nothing here suggesting that anyone else was here other than him. Which means that he either took some poisonous pill or died naturally due to some illness he had. You have 2 more pieces of evidence that's supporting your hypothesis. Good work, William. Huh. It's time to admit it. Your partner, Detective Foster, is as capable as you are in the art of deduction. William, you're one hell of a detective, but people can make mistakes. There's a major contradiction in your deduction. The clue that reveals a contradiction is... I'm the one who's choosing this. Contradiction. Bus ticket. I have no clue actually. Why was he pocketless? He would have died, well, with all the money, etc., right? Scanty belonging. Mysterious note. The dead man hardly had anything on himself, not a single thing a regular person would bring with himself when he's out and about. A witness saw a man sitting against the seawall on the beach and confirmed his death next morning. Discolored left hand? The dead man must have been a heavy smoker and left-handed. Let's go with scanty belongings. That the man did not have enough things in his possession. What? What does that have to do with anything? Let's say that, like you said, the man grabbed his last cigarette from his pocket. But then, how could have he lighted it? Lighted? Oh. All this man had on him was his wallet, 2 bus tickets, and a little piece of paper. Yeah, so okay, we made the correct thing here, a correct choice. I was thinking a little bit differently, that he must have had at least an ID, some cash, because he did have a wallet. So, but yeah, he has a point as well. None of that can be used to light up a cigarette. How do you smoke without a match or a lighter? That... Oh right, he could have thrown away his lighter after he lit his cigarette. For instance, he could have thrown it in the ocean. Well, you know, getting rid of one's belongings before dying and that sort. Wouldn't that explain why he came to the beach in the first place? I don't think so. If he threw away his belongings in the ocean for closure, why didn't he throw away his wallet? You're right. Wait, that's it. A thief stole it, alongside other valuables on him. This man has been sitting here alone all night, no? It makes perfect sense for a thief to target him. If that was the case, it explains how he was quite literally penniless, because he was robbed penniless. I'm sorry, but I disagree. What? Huh? What makes you so sure? Do you have proof that nobody could have robbed him during the night? Of course, there's a critical piece of evidence. It's because of the content of the wallet, the appearance of the wallet, the position of the wallet. Well, I would guess we would go with the appearance of the wallet. It does kinda appear like it's worth a lot from the outside. That's what he said previously, right? Wait, where was it? Bus tickets, scanty belongings. Yeah, there's no such thing. Well, I would go with either the appearance of the wallet or the position of the wallet, because, well, you can still go ahead and move the person back to his rightful place, right, after stealing something. But the appearance of the wallet, you said it looks good and valuable. So I guess we should go with the appearance of the wallet, because the thief would have been able to sell it as well. No, this isn't it. I shouldn't think it over. The evidence that shows the man was not robbed of his belongings is, okay, the position of the wallet. Where this wallet was found. Where we found this wallet? Yeah, what did you say when I asked you where you found this wallet? William, this wallet, right? What pocket did you find it in? It was in his back pocket, I'm sure. It's a thief's. If a thief stole the belongings of a man who was fast asleep sitting there and only left his empty wallet behind, why would the thief put that wallet in the man's back pocket, which he would have been sitting on? And didn't you say this too? The corpse is sitting. I guess it wouldn't have been easy to take it out of his back pocket. They told me to keep the scene as intact as possible until you get here, so that's why. You know how hard it was to lift the body up, take the wallet out of his pocket and set him down again. That's what you told me before. If that's right, the thief took utmost care not to disturb the man's posture as he was sat down here. Ahem. I don't think it's very likely that a thief as sophisticated as that would be behind this. So the man would not have had much on him from the beginning without money nor lighter. And someone else would have been there who had a lighter or a matchstick and could light a cigarette. Yeah, alright, okay, you're right. Even if the scene looks peaceful at first glance, maybe it's because the culprit tried to clean up the scene to derail us. Maybe the culprit first killed him with poison and then left the corpse on the beach while nobody's looking. This beach is a bit of a secluded area, and it's not too shabby for a corpse dump. The culprit could have intentionally left a cigarette on the body to make it look like the victim committed suicide. If the victim and the culprit knew each other, there could have been some bad blood between them. Drop a cigarette on the victim as if the culprit wanted to mock him and so forth. You said that the poison theory is just a hypothesis. Of course, all of this is also a hypothesis. I say an autopsy will make things clear. What do you say? So that's why you wanted to argue that it was a murder? Because us police only get the right to perform autopsies when it's clear it's a murder. Yeah, if I'm on the money, this is a first-degree murder. Phew, sounds like we're about to get busy. How do you even ID this guy? Well, it seems like this man tried to get to Pamela's seat yesterday. We should talk to the people who live there and look for any witnesses around the ticket booth. You have a way of making more work for all of us, huh? And the autopsy. I suppose Dr. Charlotte could take care of it. She's the only doctor that does any sort of that thing in this backwater town anyway. Why do you even ask? Well, forget all that. Let's go for lunch already. I'm starving. We're getting ribs today. That places have been closed since last week. That places? Places? Shouldn't it just be that place? Oh, that place has been closed since last week. Let's have burgers instead. Okay, never mind. Nothing going my way today. Okay, so we kinda did solve, well, one piece of the puzzle, I guess. And later on we'll have to do, it was like more of a tutorial, right? And later on we'll have to do everything on our own. So I guess that's how it will be. Okay, so yeah, I think that will be it for this episode then, as an introduction. I'm still not sure if I will be continue playing the game later on or not, but well, we'll see. As I did like it so far, so I'm thinking about such possibility. And well, yeah, I'll think it through. I still have Chicken Police to be played and finished. So yeah, actually, yeah, pretty cool game. I did like it so far. And well, I'm pressing thumbs up for the game. And do the same for the video as well. So thank you for watching and see you.